Ever walk into an interview feeling prepared and then suddenly the moment you sat down, everything felt different? Your heart started beating faster, your mouth went dry, and the confidence you had while preparing at home just disappeared. If this has happened to you, trust me, you are not weak and you are not alone. This is exactly what most people never talk about. Because technical interviews are not just about knowledge, they are about how you behave under pressure. And that pressure starts the moment the interview begins. What I mean is, normally we think an interview starts when they start asking you technical questions, but in reality, it starts way before you think. Those first few minutes, when you enter the room, when you greet the interviewers, when you respond to how are you, when you settle into your chair, interviewers are already observing you, not judging you, but observing. Are you extremely rushed? Are you apologetic? Are you trying too hard to impress? Okay, do you know what this means? It means interviews start before the interview question. And the good news is you don't need to be perfect here. You just need to be calm and present. You don't need fancy answer. A simple, steady response is enough. So always try to reach before 10 to 15 minutes so it's not look like you are rushed. Sip water before entering the room or office. When you enter the room or you are greeting them, keep smile on your face. Now let's talk about the moment everyone fears. When you don't know an answer. This moment is inevitable. It will happen to freshers. It will happen to experienced professionals. It even happen to people with years of expertise. The mistake people make here is not that they don't know. The mistake is how they react. The moment they hear a question they can't answer, panic takes over. They start talking very fast. They start throwing random words. They hope something sounds right. No, don't do this mistake. This will cost your career. See, interviews had interviewed lots of people before you. They can immediately see panic. Instead, what actually works is honesty with control. When you don't know something, it is completely okay to pause for a second. Yes, pause. You can say something like, I'm not fully sure about this, but let me explain how would I think about it. Now, you are no longer someone who doesn't know. You are someone who can think. And trust me, interviewers value thinking far more than memorized answer. Now let's talk about silence because silence scares people more than the tough question. Many candidates believe that silence means failure, that if they don't speak immediately, the interviewers will assume they don't know anything. That's not true. See, if you silent while thinking is normal. If you're silent while being scared is visible. And there is a difference. If you need time, take it. You are allowed to think. You can even say, let me take a moment to think this. This shows maturity, not weakness. Now, another moment that emotionally affect people, interruption. You are explaining something and suddenly the interviewer interrupts you. Most candidates immediately think, I said something wrong, but let me explain you. Interviewers interrupt for many reasons. Sometimes they already understood your point. Sometimes they want to guide you. Sometimes they want to test how flexible you are. Interruption is not rejection. What matters is how you respond. And they will observe. Do you stop and listen calmly? Or do you get defensive and nervous? Now let's talk about technical tasks, coding round, or problem solving exercise. This is where pressure peaks. You are expected to think, explain, and perform all at once. And here is something very important that most people get wrong. They go silent, they think silently, stutter silently, and they type silently. This makes interviewers uncomfortable because interviews are not exam; they are simulation of work. So when we are at work, when we are stuck, we we talk. We explain what we are thinking. We even discuss possibility. Do the same in interviews. Even if your solution isn't perfect, explaining your thought process builds trust. Now let me tell you something very important. Something I want you to really remember. An interview does not need to be go perfectly to be successful. Struggling with a question doesn't mean rejection. Getting stuck doesn't mean failure. What interviewers remember is how you handle that struggle. Do you stay calm? Do you try to reason? Did you communicate? Sometimes recovery matters more than correctness. And finally, let me say this. A technical interview is not performance. It's a conversation under pressure. If you can stay composed when things don't go your way, you are already stand out. That's what professionals do. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2 of this series, I highly recommend watching them because together this video cover mindset, preparation and real interview behavior.